engaging celebrity interviews, exciting updates from Christian filmmakers, movie reviews so you can choose your movies wisely, and so much more here on Faith on Film with Isaac Hernandez and Holly McClure.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Faith on Film for this week. And Holly, I know we've got a very exciting show, but wait a minute.
We do.
Where are you at? That's not your normal location.
Different background here. Yes, I am visiting my daughter and son-in-law up in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and they're pastors of a church here, and I'm in for a week to visit family. And they set me up in this wonderful office, and we're ready to go.
Very nice. You sure you don't want to move there?
Yeah, I'm very sure.
Because I don't have to go very
Texas. I love Texas. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I'm just glad that I don't have to go very far to visit my kiddos because they.
I know. You're so blessed.
Well,
you are so blessed.
I tell you what. Now, I said we had a very exciting show, but we also have a very informative show today because
yes, we do.
We're going to talk about all the movies that are coming out from this August all the way through September. And, you know, it's so exciting. There's actually a lot of Christian movies coming out.
And let's make clear, these are faith-based movies we're talking about. We're not talking about secular movies. These are regular. So get your pen or paper out or whatever you use to record because you want to make notes so you can see all these amazing films.
Now, we're not only going to tell you what they are, we're going to show you the trailers to every single one of them. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, let's get going.
Well, here we go. Let's start off with the movies, and there's 4 of them this August. Here we go with the trailers for the first 4 movies coming out this August.
Do you ever wake up and realize your life has no purpose?
Do I have a death wish? Morgan asked. Maybe I did. I thought this would be our final run ever. We had made millions and millions of dollars, but God had other plans.
Peter Lowe, the one-time drug dealer turned pastor, along with 2 others, will be executed at 12 midnight local time.
The next day, something strange happened. Someone came up to me and gave me this flyer about Jesus.
You can be in heaven, or you can be in hell. The choice is yours.
We're gonna walk straight out of here, pretend to be the media.
This pathetic maggot got caught trying to escape my prison. Nobody escapes my prison.
He's a changed person. He's a new man.
I found Christ in here, and he forgave me.
I found Christ too.
My name is Peter Lowe, and I will be executed in 2 hours. Why am I being executed, you ask?
Jesus is for free, and salvation is a gift. Do you believe in Jesus?
Your grandfather drove this?
My dad told me he was gonna fix it over me.
This is the way he left it, like everything else.
You are my son, but I'm giving you 1 month to find a job, or you can find one of your little friends that's gonna let you sleep on their couch for free.
Can I help you?
I'm just trying to talk to a young lady right here.
I need for you to leave my shop right now.
I'm gone, and I won't be back either.
That's something right there your father would do.
Well, I ain't him.
You acting like him. Boy! It's hard for a woman to call out the man and her son. I just need some prayer support.
I'm just trying to see about a job, right? I ain't here about nothing. What, you a salesman for this company?
I'm the president. That's for more.
A big part of becoming a man is showing up. Can you do that, Isaiah?
You hear all these promises.
Hold on!
When my sister tells me that she needs prayer support, honey, I bring prayer support.
Am I in the right place? Miss Clara! We pray that the Lord will open Isaiah's eyes so that he could see himself the way that the Lord sees him.
You're 50 minutes early. It turned out to be late again. I want to introduce you to a small group of men that mean the world to me.
We grow together, we eat together. It's one of the most important things I've ever done in my life.
God has forgiven me so much. Who was I to refuse to forgive? Okay, Jesus, I give it to you. What kind of man do you want to be? And what do you want people to think when they see you coming?
We only got 6 of us, 7 including Emmett.
I'm willing to go the second mile. We can't just walk out and do nothing. Let's roll.
If I may be blunt, a man stands in front of me. Isaiah, welcome to the force.
Now that is good. Miss Claire, I need you to come by here more often. Keisha needs you.
Hello, friends. Katie Miller here from Sight and Sound with a monumental announcement. For the last several years, we've been taking the Sight and Sound experience from the stage to the screen. But there is something we have never done before. For the first time ever, we are broadcasting live into movie theaters across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Daniel Live.
To Babylon!
God help us! Take me to the king. Daniel, don't go to him. There's a chance that I could help save us. My God, shut the mouths of the lions!
Since opening this brand new show here in Lancaster, we've been overwhelmed by the response. We know not everyone can visit us in person this year, so we want to bring the show to you. Our hope is for people to gather together and experience this powerful story in a big way. So on behalf of all of us here at Sight and Sound, we invite you to join us as we take Daniel from the big stage to the big screen. We will see you there.
Welcome to your life.
There's nothing a retired governor can do, but a president.
Now he can do a thing or two.
Everybody wants to rule the world.
I will be frank with you that as a citizen, I would not like to see any political party outlawed on the basis of its ideology, because I still believe, Mr. Chairman, that democracy can handle it.
I was a brand new KGB officer, given my first intelligence assignment, a certain actor and union leader.
Dutch, there's a purpose for your life.
You can run from a bully for so long, but after a while, you're gonna have to stand up to him.
There's about to be another war right here in Hollywood. The commies on one side, the mob on the other. And you're right in the middle, son.
If you put as much work into your career as you do making your speeches, you'd have an Oscar by now.
Hello, I'm Nancy Davis.
Hello, Nancy Davis. I'm Ron Reagan.
I'm curious, Ron. What would you say is the issue of our time?
No question about it. Communism and the Soviet Union.
Get in the game. Run for office.
It's you!
I'm running for governor, and I would like your vote.
I forgot your name. Do his initials help? RR? Honey, Roy Rogers is here! And he's running for governor!
Ronnie, remember when we met? You told me that you wanted to make a difference in this world. You know what you have to do.
Governor Reagan again, typically, is against such a proposal.
There you go again.
But he was not afraid to take us on.
There's nothing a retired governor can do about the Soviets, but a president.
Now he can do a thing or two.
Welcome to your life.
I was a lifeguard on a river,
There's no turning back.
and I learned how to read the currents. Not just the ones on the surface, but also the ones deep underneath the water. I am about to start the biggest war of this century, and I'm not going to fire a single shot.
You're gonna blow up 8 years of diplomacy. Well, if you think that got their undies in a one, You just wait.
What did the president know, and when did he know it?
What would you have me do?
I want you to fight!
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Wants to rule the world.
That was wonderful, but you know what? We want to highlight actually a couple of those four, don't we?
We do, because we know some of these people, Isaac. We've interviewed them. They've been friends for years. And I'll tell you what, The Forge, is one of those movies. The Kendrick brothers, every film that they come out with is an amazing testimony to what God downloads to them and inspires them. And they actually took this story from the movie they did before called The War Room. Mm-hmm. They took bits and pieces of characters from it and kind of built on it. And I really thought it was very interesting how they developed the story and what they're going for. A lot of mentoring, Cameron Arnett, we love him. He's in it. And he and his wife, actually, BJ. And just a good story. And again, about mentoring and that younger generation and getting them a hold of God's word and the power in it. I don't know. What do you think about it, Isaac?
Oh, it's fantastic, and I love feeling like, oh, wait a minute, now I'm part of their life from back then, and now they carry it on to now. So it was just a brilliant move on Alex's part. Now, of course,
and
Reagan. And Steven, yes. I know. I don't know why it's like Steven stays in the background a little bit sometimes. Now, Reagan is the other movie that we want to highlight that we saw the trailer for right now, because you were actually part of that in some way. You were at one of the
actually it was
they were shooting, right?
I was in Oklahoma when they were shooting the scenes of the younger Reagan playing football. So I got a chance to see Dennis Quaid and be on set then. And it is, excellent. I've seen this movie. I'm excited about it. They've worked and reworked it because there was a lot of information about Reagan. You're going to love this movie. And it only gives a background and everything that happened to him. But it reminds us, and at a time like this, of leadership and what a great leader we had and how God had his hand on Reagan through the assassination attempt. Oh my gosh, does it relate with today's politics? You're going to be going, this is like today, it's like today. So this is, for such a time as this, they've been trying to release this movie now for 3 or 4 years. So God knew what he was doing to have this movie at this time, right before the election, and at this time. And how did he know what would happen to Trump is going to be reflected in this movie?
I think Reagan's calling me right now. Oh, no, wait, he can't. Anyway, now next, of course, in September, there's only one movie, but it's a doozy of a movie, and that is, of course, the movie God's Not Dead.
That's right.
Take a look at the trailer.
If we ever forget that we're one nation under God, then we will be a nation going under.
Now more than ever, Christians must realize that we are being called to deliver hope to a country that's feeling hopeless. Faith begins where your comfort zone ends. We need to step out into that faith.
We're 6 weeks out from Election Day, and a lot of folks have lost hope in the future of our country.
We must maintain a wall of separation between church and state. Religion has no place in the public square.
Once they bankrupt our country, they will have complete control.
Where did we go wrong, Lord?
We need someone who can light a fire in the voters.
The preacher. He helped on those education hearings.
I've been hired to manage your campaign for Congress.
I'm not a politician.
If you don't take on this fight, we could lose everything.
They found someone to run against you.
Are we worried about a preacher?
My next guest is a candidate for Congress. You're going to get a lot of questions about your faith.
Well, maybe people are looking for more spiritual and moral leadership in Washington.
You're making God an easy target for them, Pastor.
God's not the target, Lottie. Our country is. God's just standing in their way.
I will not be made a fool of. I won't stop until your moral high ground crumbles beneath your feet.
You don't win unless you play by their rules.
I feel like I have two options. I can either do the things my faith asks me not to, or I lose this race. It's like God keeps putting these impossible mountains in front of me.
Perhaps God put those mountains in front of you to show that they can be moved.
Please pray for David, guys.
In God we trust. This contest is about shaping the future of our nation.
Keep your boy in line. Because like his God, I can give it and I can take it away.
How do you know it's God?
Reverend Hill, your beliefs are a textbook example of Christian nationalism.
Whenever anyone of faith promotes a policy that you don't like, you label them a Christian nationalist. We need to stand up. Send the message to Washington. Tell them you're not ready to give that power up. You have the power to change things. Not me, not him, you.
In God we trust. And without God, democracy will not and cannot long endure.
God's Not Dead. You don't want to miss that movie coming out September 12th.
God's Not Dead. Is it 4, 5, 6, or 7? There's so many of them. But you know what? Every time they do them, they're different. And it's on a different theme and story. And we are going to get some exciting guests. I don't want to say because we're waiting, but these are big stars, okay? These are stars you guys will know and recognize. So we're going to get the stars of the show to talk about it. So yay.
Can't wait. Now, October has 2 movies, White Bird and Average Joe. So we're going to take a look at those trailers and then come back and just give you a little bit of info on them.
I know I'm not an ordinary 10-year-old kid. Then again, no one's ordinary.
Well, he can't change the way he looks. So, maybe we can change the way we see.
Tell me about this new school of yours.
Right now, I'm just trying to fit in. It's kind of been my motto ever since I left my old school.
Julia, you did not leave your old school. You were expelled for being cruel to another boy. I'm sure your father has told you stories about when I was a young girl.
He says you don't really like to talk about it.
I don't. But now, I think, for your sake, I must.
Excuse me.
Oh, God, what is he doing?
I saw this on your desk.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I didn't even know his name.
Look at this freak.
But we had in common one crucial thing.
These are really good. For a Jew.
We had both seen how much hate people are capable of.
One of the children's missing. Find him!
And how much courage it took to be kind.
You need to come with me right now. I know a way out.
You stay with us, okay? When in dark times, those small things remind us of our humanity.
How would you like to visit New York tonight?
Sure.
Open your eyes.
I was never very nice to you. But you're strong. You're the bravest person I've ever met.
You forget many things in life, but you never forget kindness. Because when kindness can cost you your life, it becomes like a miracle.
We ready? I've been fighting my whole life.
You told me that saying a prayer on the 50-yard line was the thing that was going to get me in the biggest fight of my life. You cannot tell me that God doesn't have a sense of humor.
They want you to pray in the locker room.
Do you not see how absurd this is?
Nobody cared for 7 years. Now they do.
I bet you can guess where this is going.
I believe they violated your rights.
You're appealing to the Supreme Court.
I can't stop. Not now.
It's been 3 years of our lives turned completely upside down.
Will you finish this with me? Because I can't do it without you.
I'm proud of you, no matter what happens.
It's all her fault.
What?
You're the one who taught me that there are still things worth fighting for. Hoorah!
White Bird and Average Joe, 2 great movies coming out in October.
Yes, and both of them, Isaac, are based on true stories, which I think is always interesting to see, true stories come to life. And White Bird is about World War II and what this Jewish girl went through. The kids are making fun of her. So, wow, how relevant is that for today? I mean, again, these movies were made, you guys, a year or 2 ago, and then all of a sudden now it's so relevant with what's going on with current events. I just love that.
Well, it's like God, of course, knows what's going to happen, and he was preparing what we needed for this time.
Yes, because it's how this little boy protects her. I love that. Takes up for, and then of course, Average Joe is a true story as well, and about a coach who takes up for freedom. So again, 2 great films. Looking forward to them.
White Bird October 4th and Average Joe October 10th. Now, November also has 2 great movies. One of them is a Christmas movie, and the other one, well, take a look at the trailer and see what I mean.
It's going to be the best Christmas pageant ever.
That's a pageant I'd like to see.
sell. The annual Christmas pageant tickets are on sale now.
They're advertising it on TV now?
The pageant is an especially big deal this year. It's the 75th anniversary.
I want to give special mention to Grace for volunteering to direct it.
You did what?
Oh no. Did somebody die?
It's worse than that, son.
It's going to be the best Christmas pageant ever.
Oh no. It's the Hermans. Now. The Hermans are absolutely the worst kids in the history of the world.
What'd they do now, dear? Break another window?
Set something on fire?
Steal your lunch and then punch you for not having any candy? No, even worse. We're gonna be in your Bible play.
Herdman's in church.
Oh boy.
We take the pageant seriously. It's about community and tradition.
What do you all suggest, that I kick the Herdmans out of the church?
Yes.
I want to be Mary, and Ralph wants to be Joe.
And the angel of the Lord?
Ow!
The Herdman shouldn't be here.
They're a poor influence.
You don't look like any Mary I've seen before.
Don't touch him. I'm happy to take over the part at any time.
I can't just kick him out.
I thought you all might be interested in one of my stops.
You never told me you visited the Herdmans.
I got the biggest ham for you guys. Is your mom home?
Not when the sun's up. What if the Hermans ruin this for you?
They probably will, but it's not about me. Jesus was born for the Herdmans as much as he was for us. We'll be missing the whole point of the story if we turn them away.
Now that's a pageant I'd actually like to see. Mother Mary puffing on a cigar, shepherds clobbering each other with their hooks. $5 say they burn down the manger.
Hitler has captured the nation's imagination, Dietrich.
Bravery is a rare commodity. You will go to England as our spy.
What good is the church if it doesn't speak for the victims of the state?
The church's job is to kindle peace, peacefully.
Oh, you mean silently? I need you to understand that your life will not be the same after I speak these words. We have devised a plot to assassinate the Führer. Guide our hands. Guide our trembling hands.
God sent Germany a true savior!
Our silence in the face of evil is itself evil. Words aren't words anymore, Dietrich. They're nooses, bullets. This is a trigger that cannot be unpulled. Will God forgive us if we do this? Will He forgive us if we don't?
What amazing looking movies.
And you know what? Best Christmas pageant ever was Dallas Jenkins' dream. He loved this book. He's always wanted to do this movie because he loved this book and read it to his kids. And so he finally got his wish to go make this movie. And it should be very good. It's got that Dallas touch to it. And Bonhoeffer, of course, is produced by a friend of ours, Ralph Winter. Ralph Winter was the producer on several other films. He did X-Men, all these big movies in Hollywood. So again, another true story based on a true story. And that should be incredible. So I love it that these movies are coming out with better and better and better directors and producers and well done movies.
Very well done. You know what? We need to get Ralph on the show. Let's
Yes.
work on that.
Yes.
Another thing I noticed too, though, is that a lot of these are being put out by none other than Angel Studios.
Yeah. Yes.
Interesting. All right. Well,
they're spread their wings, aren't they? I tell you, they are.
They sure are. All right. Well, we're coming to the last one that we want to talk about right now, and that is coming out December 20th, and it's called Homestead. Let's take a look at that.
Everyone wondered how the world broke.
We're under attack.
Deep down, before society collapsed, we were already falling. It was only a matter of time before it all crumbled.
Try to hold your breath. Hold your breath.
I saw this.
So what?
Are you scared?
America's just been attacked.
Get to the homestead.
Is this an ark? Or is this a fortress? It would take a miracle for this to work. But I believe in miracles.
Everyone wants to know how the world ended. This is the story of how it began again.
Okay, Isaac, I love movies like this, the kind of apocalypse, like what would you do if everything collapsed, which of course we can all kind of relate to. We've been living that for the last few years and things collapsing all around us. Yeah. But it stars one of our favorite bad guys, Neil McDonough. I love him. You guys have seen him on Yellowstone. He was in so many movies that he's played the bad guy. And he's the one that, the Christian man who now won't kiss a woman on screen. No, won't kiss anyone but his wife, which is a small detail, but I love that about him. Mm-hmm. So you'll recognize him. And then Ben Smallbone directed it, guys. You may not recognize the name Ben Smallbone, but if you think about the Smallbones for King and Country, you'll recognize that they just did the movie Unsung Hero. So he directs this movie, which is great. Again, another coup to see another Smallbone making their name. So I'm excited to see this movie. I think it's going to be good.
I'm really looking forward to it. I love those kind of movies. It's like,
and another Angel Studio.
And I was
Isaac, another Angel Studio.
Another Angel Studios. They're really coming through with
they're kind of strong
faith-based films. So very exciting. It's exciting to see what they will come up with for next year.
And these movies, Isaac, are good movies. It's a good lineup of films. We're not having to apologize and go, okay, it's kind of Christianese, but it's not. All these movies are, and I'm just being honest, y'all. We know what we're all talking about. We always cover them here. These are wonderful films, great stories, and creative, inventive, with good production behind them. And Angel, I'm sure, wouldn't put it out if it wasn't. So yeah, I'm looking forward to these films.
And everybody, just stay tuned for our next few shows over the rest of this year, because we're going to be talking more in depth about these movies as it gets closer to their release date. Right now, we just wanted to kind of prepare you. Just going to kind of prepare you for what's coming up. But we will be, and hopefully getting some of the stars from some of these.
That's
movies,
right. The talent.
Somebody from the movie to talk about them some more.
That's right.
Well, that was a fun, different, exciting show. It really was. We want to make sure that you go check out our website, Faith on Film TV. At gmail.com. I'm sorry, I'm giving out the email. Yeah, write us at faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. But also check out our website, faithonfilmtv.com. There you'll find information on Holly and myself. You'll find a lot of the interviews. This is exciting. Interviews that Holly did with Holly on Hollywood. You'll find, of course, our shows. You can go to our shows from there and just so much more. So check it out.
That's right.
All right, Holly, that was fun. I guess next week you'll be back in your same location in one.
Back in the saddle in Texas.
So take care.
Write to us at faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. That's faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Faith on Film TV. Also, go to our YouTube channel, Faith on Film TV, and hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications on our latest Faith on Film shows.